Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most mesmerizing, mysterious, and downright magical legends of Australia, the Wandjina, myth of the Aboriginal Kimberley Tribe. Buckle up for a whirlwind journey through time, art, and awe as we uncover these ancient ancestral spirits, their stunning appearance, their creation myth, and their impact on culture, and a trove of fascinating Wandjina facts that will blow your mind. And maybe even make you chuckle along the way. So, these are Wandjina. These ones are more accurate because they don't have the mouth. These are some just generated images that I thought looked pretty accurate to how they're described. The only thing that's wrong is they have a mouth, and Wandjina aren't supposed to have mouths. But that one's actual cave art painting, and then that one's another real interpretation. But I love these generations. They look so cool, and they're like rain gods, so they got stuff going on. They're like shooting rain down from their fingertips. So, who are these Wandjina? Picture a colossal, ethereal being carved in ancient rocks, adorned with mesmerizing white faces. These ones all got a black face. There you go, there's one with a white face. And deep, soulful eyes. The Wandjina aren't your everyday deities. They're revered ancestral spirits and custodians of rain, weather, and dreamtime. A time when the world was young and magic roamed free. Imagine the most striking graffiti you have ever seen, but this isn't a hipster's mural. It's a sacred communication from the past. These figures with their halos, swirling patterns, and enigmatic expressions. These ones kind of have a halo. If you look right there, see kind of a halo around them. And in the pictures, they're a lot like aliens are described. Very weird looking. Just let's imagine they don't have a mouth on these images. Are as mysterious as that one relative who always leaves you with more questions than answers at a family reunion. Yeah. So, the Wandjina's appearance. Let's break it down. The Wandjina appear as larger-than-life figures. As pictured here, they're kind of ethereal, with round, smooth, white faces that seem to glow with an inner light. Their eyes, deep and dark. These ones kind of have a dark set of eyes. There's another cave drawing. Ooh, that one. See that cave drawing? It's got the dark eyes. Fascinating cave drawings that they have. Their eyes, deep and dark, often painted with bold black or red, stare right through the veil of time, as if whispering ancient secrets. Their heads crowned with halos, radiant circles that set them apart from ordinary mortals. Because they come from space. Reminiscent of celestial crowns. In some depictions, you can see intricate details, swirls, spirals. No spirals in this image. And abstract lines that represent the swirling winds. So they're supposed to represent swirling winds because they are a weather deity. So it's weather. They shoot rain. From their fingertips that represent swirling winds and dancing rain. Their expressions, mysterious, contemplative, and sometimes even a bit mischievous, as if they're on the cosmic joke that is existence. Yes, existence can be a cruel joke. Imagine if your favorite superhero got a facelift by nature itself. This is that epic transformation. In stone, the stone carvings. So the creation myth of the Wandjina. Now let's get into the juicy creation myth. Aboriginal Australians speak of dream time, a period when the earth, sky, and all living beings were brought into existence by ancestral beings, none other than the Wandjina themselves. In this timeless saga, the Wandjina descended from the heavens, their arrival heralded by thunderstorms, flashes of light, and the pitter-patter of the life-giving rain. They swept across the barren land, painting the earth with water, carving out rivers, and sculpting mountains with the same effortless grace as an artist with their brush. So they're like cosmic artists. You know, they painted the world into existence from non-existence. Imagine nature's most dramatic makeover show. Barren landscapes transformed into living, thriving, vibrant ecosystems with every brushstroke of a Wandjina. And how they differ from a lot of deities is there's multiple of them. So it's like a race. As you can see, there's 4 in this image. It's like a race of godlike beings that came down from from space. They painted Earth into existence. Then where'd they go? Legend has it the Wandjina's arrival was accompanied by a grand performance, a cosmic dance that merged art, nature, and storytelling. As they moved, the land sang, the sky rumbled, and the earth trembled with the birth of creation, their hands like cosmic paintbrushes. Cosmic paintbrushes etched intricate designs on the cave walls that still inspire wonders today. And this is some of that cave painting. I mean, look, they look like gray aliens, don't they? Are those gray aliens? Who knows? Or maybe it's like an alien race wearing a spacesuit. These designs aren't mere doodles. They're coded messages, spiritual maps guiding generations in how to live in harmony with rhythms of nature. And yes, while some might say these ancient beings were the OG influencers of art and culture, the original Instagram influencers, oh god, that's a horrible comparison. These are a lot more elevated than that. Their style remains so timeless that even today's graphic designers might take a master class from the Wandjina. The cultural impact. So what's the big deal about these ancient rock stars? For the Aboriginal Kimberley Tribe, the Wandjina aren't just distant legends. They're living, breathing presences that shape every aspect of culture, tradition, and the natural world. These spirits are the custodians of rain, the bringers of fertility, and the enforcers of natural law. Every drop of rain, every gust of wind, every flash of lightning, pow, is seen as a message, a reminder of the sacred covenant between nature and humanity. Look at that. Look at super dark faces on these ones. That's cool. I like that. The halo looks cool on these ones too. I like the wind. See the swirls as their feet. Their feet are swirls. Very like, makes you think of the wind. In ceremonies, look at this. This is a generated image, but I thought it was just different. Look at it. Looks kind of strange. I mean, and they got the rain fingers again, and their body's like a weird spiral. Almost otherworldly. In ceremonies and rituals, the Wandjina takes center stage. Aboriginal artists and elders use the Wandjina imagery to connect with the ancestors. And we all need to connect with our ancestors once in a while and invoke the blessings of the dream time. Imagine a dance so powerful it echoes, echo through the canyons. A song so moving it makes the stars pause in their celestial journey. That's the Wandjina, influence in action. So I guess they really are like influencers. A lot more than I thought. Their images carved on rock faces and painted on canvas serve as bridges between the mortal realm, where we're at, and where they're at, the realm of the spirits, ensuring that the ancient wisdom of the land isn't lost to the winds of modernity. Cultural ceremonies, storytelling, and even everyday life are infused with the Wandjina lore. Children learn early on that rain isn't just water falling from the sky. It's the grace of ancestral beings smiling down on them. Elders pass down tales of miraculous weather changes and mysterious sightings that leave even the most skeptical with wide eyes and raised eyebrows. And yes, sometimes these stories are as humorous as they are profound. Imagine a Wandjina sneaking a cheeky wink at a thunderstorm as if to say, "Gotcha," at nature's expense. Yeah, just look at these ethereal alien race beings. The painters of life, the influencers of nature. Just fantastic. I like with elf ears, honestly. With the elf ears, they look a bit more. but I don't think the lore actually has them with elf ears. But imagine they had elf ears. Come on, they would be even more otherworldly, even more mysterious. Alright, now time for some Wandjina facts that are equal parts mind-blowing and hilarious. Ancient street art. The Wandjina rock art is some of the oldest in the world. These masterpieces have been etched into stone for thousands of years. Talk about an ancient tattoo that never fades. Wow. Cosmic weather controllers. Aboriginal lore credits the Wandjina with controlling the weather. Need rain for your crops? Just hope the Wandjina are in a good mood. They're like nature's ultimate weatherman, with a side of mystical swagger. So, don't disrespect the Wandjina or you might not get food this year from your crops. Yeah. Sacred secrets. The rock art isn't just decoration, it's encoded with spiritual messages and ancestral wisdom. Scholars debate the meanings, but one thing for sure, the Wandjina left us with a riddle wrapped in an enigma. riddle wrapped in an enigma. Painted okra. Oh man. The cultural guardians. For the Kimberley Tribe, the Wandjina are more than myths. They're moral guides and custodians of tradition. Their presence ensures that respect for the land, water, and sky isn't just a guideline in the way of life. Modern echoes. Even today, sightings of the Wandjina-like figures continue to inspire both awe and controversy. In a world of smartphones and selfies, these ancient spirits remind us of that. Some legends refuse to fade into obscurity. And that's what I like to do with this channel, bringing a lot of the obscure back. I like to shine a light on the more forgotten deities of the world, of which there are many, and everything's already been written when you think about it, you know. Every story's already been told, it's just been forgotten and retold by someone else who claims it's their idea. And that's the way it goes. A lot of the Wandjina, it's been around. And there's a lot of myths like the gray aliens. And a lot of other deities too. Imagine a modern day influencer whose every Instagram post is a breathtaking mural carved by the hands of the ancients. If that's not legendary status, I don't know what is. But yeah, look at these guys, man. So, look at that deep black eyes on that one. These ones, it's so cool. And then the clouds create a halo around them. And they create rain with their hands, but not in this image. Now, let's take a breather from this cosmic epic and have a little fun. Picture this, a Wandjina, after eons of solemn duty, decides to take a day off. He hangs up his ancient halo, dons a pair of trendy sunglasses, and hands into a modern city. People stop and stare as if this otherworldly being orders a double espresso. What? In a hip cafe, casually dropping phrases like Dreamtime vibes. Man, the barista, completely unfazed, just hands him a latte with extra foam because, hey, even ancient deities deserve fancy drinks now and then. This playful image reminds us that legends aren't just rigid relics of the past, they're living stories evolving with every retelling, each one adding a modern twist while keeping the ancient magic alive. As I said, every story has already been told. Every story's already been told. It's just been retold over and over and over again. It changes every time. But the fundamentals of every story have existed since the time humans started to exist. Nothing really original when you think about it. But yes. Over centuries, tales of Wandjina's encounters have woven themselves into the fabric of Aboriginal oral traditions. One legendary tale tells of a young tribesman who, after a severe drought, prayed fervently to the Wandjina that night. A spectacular storm rolled in, complete with lightning that danced across the sky, and rain that fell in shimmering sheets. The tribesman, awed by the spectacle, swore he saw the Wandjina himself. His white face illuminated the storm, his eyes twinkling like mischievous stars. The next morning the land was revived, crops flourished, and the tribe celebrated with a feast that lasted 4 days. The moral: never underestimate the power of faith. A little bit of humor and the occasional divine intervention when the heavens decide to throw a party. Another quirky legend, elders recount a time when a group of mischievous youths tried to replicate the Wandjina's art on a cave wall, only to be met with a series of inexplicable mishaps. I think the Wandjina are giving me tongue twisters right now and making it hard to convey the message to you. Tools broke and mysteriously a paint container spilled and eerie sounds echoed through the cave. Look at this drawing, that's awesome. They got like clawed feet, it's kind of weird, and clawed fans. Oh. And the little birdies right there. The message was clear. Some art is sacred. Some wisdom isn't meant to be replicated. And my dog doesn't want me to share this message right now with you. By mere mortals. Mere mortals. Mortal. And sometimes the Wandjina have a wicked sense of humor, reminding everyone to respect the ancient and the divine. In modern pop culture, you might be wondering, how do these ancient spirits fit in today's fast-paced, meme-driven world? Believe it or not, the Wandjina have found their way into modern art, literature, and even digital storytelling. Artists reinterpret the timeless images, blending traditional Aboriginal techniques with contemporary styles. In graphic novels and animated series, characters inspired by the Wandjina wield the power of nature, battling modern villains with the same intensity as their ancient counterparts. Imagine a superhero team whose leader is a Wandjina incarnate. Storm controlling, earth shaking, signature move that brings torrential rain to defeat any foe. Not only does this concept pay homage to the ancient lore, but it also bridges the gap between timeless tradition and today's pop culture obsession with epic narratives and larger-than-life characters. The Wandjina's influence even extends into music and fashion. Some designers incorporate Wandjina motifs into their collections, celebrating the intricate otherworldly beauty of these ancestral beings. And in a realm of music, ambient tracks that evoke the rumble of thunder and the pattern of rain can often be seen as modern tributes to the ancient sounds of the dream time. To truly grasp the Wandjina myth, one must understand the concept of the dream time. The period when creation was ongoing. Living story, the dream time isn't just a mythological concept, it's the very heartbeat of Aboriginal cultures. Of Aboriginal culture, an ever-present force that permeates every facet of life. In the dream time, past, present, and future merge into a continuous tapestry of existence, with the Wandjina serving both as weavers and guardians. Now, Dreamtime, the time before the current time we're in, where these guys first painted the world, to me it sounds a lot like the fourth dimension, and how past, present, future all combined into one. Past, present, future. Past, present, future. Past, present, future. We're all combined into one. A lot like a fourth dimensional being looking into the third dimension. And the third dimension would be just a little single point. One dimension, 1 point. 2 dimension, a line. How many one-dimensional points can you fit on a 2-dimensional line? Infinite. Because it's a single point. And same 2-dimension in 3 dimensions. You could fit an infinite number of 2-dimensional lines in a 3-dimensional space, cubic space. Well, going to the 4th dimension, you can fit an infinite number of cubes into the 4th dimension. Therefore, a being who exists on the 4th dimensional plane, such as maybe the Wandjina, these creepy looking guys, gray alien type people, they look into the 3rd dimension. But instead of seeing this world around us, they see a little cube. All of this universe could be packed into one little tiny cube. And they could see everything that happened in the past, present, and future in this little tiny cube. So, that's why they know everything. Because they're 4th dimensional, looking in on this little box. This little 3D cube we found ourselves in. This 3D cube. And that's the Wandjina looking at us. They created this little cube you and me have found ourselves stuck in. Picture a surreal movie scene when the boundaries of time blur, where ancient voices echo through the wind-swept plains, and where the stars themselves seem to move in rhythm with timeless song. That's the essence of the dream time. The Wandjina, as part of this mystical realm, guide their people through life with stories that are as entertaining as they are profound. They remind everyone that creation isn't a finished product. It's a living, breathing narrative that each generation contributes to. Maybe this little 3-dimensional cube we found ourselves is just it's like a movie, a story for these guys, the Wandjina, that help paint life into it, like a movie box, you put in the CD, plays the movie. They could fast forward or go back in it if they wanted. Little thing to think about. Elders speak of the Wandjina as custodians of the sacred narrative, their images etched into rock walls, serving as a timeless reminder of the interconnectedness of all life. And that's something I believe deep down too. I believe that, we are in a 3D box. This whole entire universe is just a box. A 3-dimensional box we're in. 4-dimensional beings. There's an infinite number of these boxes in their world. In the exact same way, there's an infinite number of 2-dimensional lines in ours. But another thing is the interconnectedness of all life. What does that mean? That this whole 3-dimensional box we've found ourselves in this universe, it means it's all a single point. Just as like a dot on a line, like a line in a cube. It means there's really not much difference between anything. Everything is technically connected because it's all a part of this simulation. This game we found ourselves in called life. It's all a part of the exact same game. So every deity is the same, if that makes sense. Everything is the same. Cat and dog. There's really no difference. Eventually everything will be connected. All points will lead to the same place. We're in a cube. The internet, it brings us all closer together. Phones, it all brought us closer together. And eventually, technology is going to bring us to the point where we're all one. Think telepathy in the future. We're all going to be connected by our mind. And like a computer simulation, it's all on a little chip. It's all in a 3D cube. And when you think how tiny that cube is compared to everything else that exists on the four-dimensional plane, it's all the same. Think about it like an entire germ ecosystem on the back of an ant. You wouldn't say that that ecosystem is any different than the ant. You just acknowledge the ant. As the four-dimensional being would only acknowledge the cube. It's all the same. It's all connected. That means good and bad in our universe is actually the same. It's all connected. Cats and dogs. They're all just the same beings in this box. But off of that deep subject, the sacred narrative, constant dialogue, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life, their art, their legends, their very presence in the landscape is a constant dialogue between the spiritual and the material. A conversation that continues to inspire awe and reverence among those who dare to listen. Modern day encounters with the Wandjina imagery aren't limited to rock art in remote caves. In many Aboriginal communities, the Wandjina are an active part of daily life. There are stories of people experience inexplicable weather changes, moments of profound clarity during a storm, or even fleeting visions of white-faced figures watching over the land. These personal anecdotes, passed down through generations and shared around campfires, add a layer of intimacy, and immediacy to the myth. One story that always cracks me up involves a seasonal local elder who during a particularly dry season jokingly claimed that the Wandjina were taking a vacation because they hadn't shown up with rain for weeks. The Wandjina took a rain check. His deadpan delivery mixed with genuine frustration at the lack of rainfall left everyone in stitches. And strangely enough, the skies opened up the very next day, whether coincidence or cosmic comedy. It's a reminder that even ancient deities have a playful side. These modern encounters often blur the lines between myth and reality, leaving both the skeptics and the true believers with a sense of wonder and amusement. They serve as a testament to the enduring power of the Wandjina legend, a myth myth that continues to shape lives, spark debates, and evoke laughter in the face of unpredictable quirks. That's the essence of life, isn't it? Unpredictability. Art is the heartbeat of the Wandjina myth, the rock art of Kimberley region, depicting these majestic beings in intricate detail. Like, look at this right here, man. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He's got the halo. He's got the little black eyes, the nose. It's not merely decorative, it is an open invitation to explore the mysteries of the dream time. Each swirl, each carefully drawn contour on the cave walls is like a word in an ancient language, one that tells the story of people inextricably linked to their land, their ancestors, and the very forces of nature. For Aboriginal artists, that's something you get with a lot of deities. They're a force of nature. Create volcanoes, create rain in the Wandjina's case. And wind. For Aboriginal artists, painting Wandjina isn't just a creative act. It's a sacred ritual. The process of creating art is steeped in respect, tradition, and deep understanding of the spiritual world. These artworks, passed down through countless generations, are living archives of culture that has withered the passing of time. They embody the struggles, joys, triumphs, humor of a people who have witnessed the ebb and flow of nature in all its magnificence. In modern galleries and exhibitions, these ancient images spark conversations among art enthusiasts, historians, and cultural critics alike. They challenge contemporary artists to rethink what art is and what it can communicate. The Wandjina and their enigmatic gazes and timeless expressions remind us that sometimes the most profound stories are etched in stone, waiting patiently for someone to decipher their meaning. Like me, cracking the code of the Wandjina. Now, let's talk about the sheer power of a good story. Look at these guys, man. Rain beings. I like this image because it's like, they actually do kind of look like what I imagine a rain being would look like made of rain somehow. And they got the flared hair. And it's kind of like a halo with how the light bounces around their head in that image. The Wandjina stand out not only for their spiritual significance, but also the captivating narratives woven around them. Think of your favorite blockbuster movie, filled with epic battles, heartwarming moments, and unexpected twists. Now imagine that movie is set in a prehistoric, rain-soaked outback, where ancient spirits decide the fate of the land with a swipe of a mystical brush. That's the Wandjina for you. A saga that's as thrilling as it is timeless. But yeah, that reminds me of a Native American quote I heard. It goes a little something like this. We don't own the land owns us. You don't own the land owns you. And that's so true. People think because they have a little piece of paper that says they own this piece of land, that means anything to an ethereal being, you know? It means nothing. doesn't even mean anything to the government, you know? The government takes people's land all the time if they need it. If we need to build a railroad through your front yard, we're gonna take your land, okay? If we need to build a military base on your land, guess what? Sayonara, get out of here. And it's the exact same way for ethereal beings to the government. You know? You think God really gives two figs what claim you stake to the land? No. You're done, though. Okay? If God wants to evict you from the land, evicted you're gonna get. A rainstorm will happen. A flood will push you off that land. Our fascination with these deities isn't just about mystical powers or awe-inspiring visuals. It's about the humor. Life should be funny, but it's about the human need to connect with something larger than ourselves. The Wandjina myths tap into that primal desire to understand our origins. Understand our origins. To laugh at life's absurdities, and to celebrate the unpredictable dance between chaos and order. And an unpredictable dance it is. And while the ancient tales may seem solemn at first glance, scratch beneath the surface and you'll find a playful spirit, a cheeky wink from the cosmos, reminding us that even in the grand tapestry of creation, there's always room for a bit of levity. And that's true. Never take life too serious. Okay? There's a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, but don't let it bring you down. Have a little fun once in a while. It's not to be taken seriously. It's to be enjoyed and be laughed along with on the ride. I know. And don't spend too much time trying to get things, you know, trying to control things, trying to get money, trying to do this, trying to do that. No. Pointless. Have some fun. Ha ha ha. Laugh once in a while. Imagine a narrative voice that seamlessly transitions from the gravity of an ancient creation to the lighthearted humor of a cosmic prankster. I didn't even think of the Wandjina like that. Maybe they are like a cosmic prankster. You know, got a little boob right there. They're just a cosmic prankster, you know. They paint us into existence. What? For their cruel joke. Their cruel joke of life. Imagine a narrative voice, ancient counter, you've experiencing legacy. Yeah? Whether you're marveling at a rock painting in a remote cave or chuckling at a modern retelling of an ancient encounter, you're experiencing a legacy that refuses to be confined by time. And that's the game we play here in life. We try to escape time, but it catches up with us eventually. A journey through time. Let's take a moment to appreciate the journey through time that the Wandjina myth offers us. Imagine traveling through rugged terrain, crossing sun-drenched deserts, and lush green billabongs. What the heck are those? Let me know in the comments what a billabong is. I don't know. Billabong is a kind of funny word too. Billabong, 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 billabong. A billabong, only to stumble upon a hidden cave adorned with ethereal images and of these ancient beings. The moment you step inside, you're transported back thousands of years, a journey where every stroke of ochre on the stone walls tells a tale of creation, of battles fought against drought. Against drought. Thirst. You need rain. If these guys don't rain, you get drought. Of seasons turning, and of a people who danced with the elements. This journey isn't about geography, it's about time itself. The Wandjina remind us that time is a fluid, swirling river of moments that connect the past, present, and future. Their myth challenges our modern obsession with schedules and deadlines, urging us instead to embrace the natural rhythm of life. And that's a Buddhist saying. Buddhist saying as well that life is a river and time is a river, and you're just flowing down that river. And what the heck? Look at that. I might need to censor that. Oh my gosh. He is hanging it all out. Looks kind of like a lizard too, this Wandjina. But yeah, life is a river, and it's a river to be relaxed as it takes you down the flow. You don't fight against the waves. You fight against the waves, you're gonna have a bad time. You fight against the waves of life, you're gonna have a bad time. If you fight against the waves of time, you're gonna have a bad time. You know, you have to accept the wave for what it is and just flow with the current. You fight against it, you're gonna have a bad time. And it's impossible to fight against anyway. That's why you're gonna have a bad time, because you can't win against fighting the flow of time. And their myth challenging us to modern obsession with schedules and deadlines, urging us instead to embrace the natural rhythms of life. And if that isn't a lesson worth laughing about, imagine if our hectic calendars were replaced with the gentle, unpredictable cadence of rain and wind. It's true. Don't obsess over creating schedules and calendars, filling out time. It's important to be impulsive once in a while and just kind of go with the flow. Go with the flow. In one particularly humorous retelling, an explorer once claimed that the Wandjina practically photobombed his ancient rock art expedition. He described how in the middle of his meticulous documentation, a local elder casually remarked that the Wandjina were just messing with you, a cosmic prankster in a world that often takes itself too seriously. It's these unexpected moments, these playful nods to the absurdity of our modern lives, that breathe fresh life into ancient legends and keep them relevant in a digital age. But yeah, don't take things too seriously, because it can all be taken away like that. Like that. Like that. You know? 1 second you're here, 1 second you're not. 1 second you're here, 1 second you're not. So, don't take life too seriously, please. It's just a ride, like a coaster, to be enjoyed. Global impact. The Wandjina myth isn't confined to the remote Kimberley region. It's a cultural beacon that resonates around the globe, as indigenous art and mythology gain recognition worldwide. The Wandjina have emerged as symbols of resilience, creativity, and deep connections to nature. They inspire modern artists, filmmakers, and storytellers who see in these ancient figures a timeless appeal, a reminder that the best stories are those that bridge generations and cultures. In contemporary art circles, the Wandjina are celebrated not only for their historical significance, but also for their aesthetic appeal. They're very aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. From graphic novels to digital animations, artists reimagine these ancestral spirits in vibrant colors and dynamic forms. Their images grace everything from museum exhibitions to street murals in bustling cities. And while the core of the myth remains rooted in tradition, the modern reinterpretations infuse it with fresh energy, humor, and a sense of global connectivity. A notable example of this cross-cultural legacy is an international art festival that featured Wandjina-inspired installations. Visitors from around the world marveled at the intricate designs, interactive displays, and multimedia presentations that brought the ancient myth into dialogue with contemporary art. The event was prepared with quirky moments, a live performance that reenacted the Wandjina storm using LED lights and sound effects, and a humorous panel discussion titled When Rain Gods Go Viral. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Look at that painting. Look at her frizzy hair. Looks pretty awesome. Oh, look at that one. Look at that one. They look kind of chunky in that one, don't they? So this is the Kimberley Tribe of Australia. That's what they look like. They're these people. And then I guess that's the territory in Australia. It's like western upper north. Right there, all that purple. But it's nice to see the people that bring this myth, this story, this legend to life. And get an understanding of that territory. And their didgeridoos, good old place where the didgeridoo, that wonderful instrument, came from. Why the Wandjina matter? At its heart, the Wandjina myth is a reminder of the power of storytelling, the importance of preserving ancient wisdom, and the enduring connection between humanity and nature. In a world where digital screens dominate our attention, these ancient images, etched in rock and spirit, call us to slow down and appreciate the mysteries of the natural world. They remind us that every thunderstorm, every ray of sunlight, every whisper of wind is part of a larger narrative, a cosmic drama, where every being, ancient and modern, plays a vital role. For the Kimberley Tribe, the Wandjina represent more than myth. They embody the soul of people whose history is written in the stars, the land, and the very air they breathe. Their legends are a call to respect the earth, to honor the cycles of nature, and recognize the past is never truly gone. It lives on in the art on the ancient cave walls, in the laughter shared around the campfire, and in every drop of rain that nourishes the land. In our modern lives, where chaos and order collide, in our daily hustle, the Wandjina myth offers a moment of pause, a chance to reconnect with our natural rhythm of the world. It challenges us to see beauty in the unexpected, and to find humor in the divine, and to celebrate the enduring spirit of creativity that transcends time and space. Before we wrap up today's deep dive into the Wandjina myth, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered. These ancient beings, with their captivating white faces, deep soulful eyes, and enigmatic halos, aren't just relics of the bygone era. They're active participants in a timeless dialogue between past and present. They remind us that legends have the power to shape culture, to influence art, and to spark joy and wonder. The wonders of life. And even the most ordinary moments. If you found today's exploration fascinating, as I did, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever experienced a moment that felt touched by ancient magic? Do you have a funny, unexpected encounter with nature that made you feel like the Wandjina were winking at you? Let's chat about it. And if you're hungry for more mind-blowing myth, legends, stories that mix ancient wisdom with modern humor, stay tuned. We've got plenty of more epic sagas and quirky facts and cosmic adventures coming your way. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies, your heart in the wild, and your sense of humor intact. Because sometimes the best way to honor the ancient is to laugh a little at the mysteries of life. I actually want to read, we gotta read good old godchecker.com, Wandjina. I want to read their Wandjina myth. It's always fascinating. A set of all-powerful and very intriguing creation gods. Walaganda, the big boss of the Wandjina, came down from the Milky Way during dream time and created the earth and all its inhabitants. Then he took one look at those inhabitants and headed back home for reinforcements. This was going to be a tricky job. With the aid of Anyagana, the Dreamtime Snake, the Wandjina posse descended to the earth and spent their dream time creating, teaching, and being godlike to the natives. They were definitely good guys, and are still worshipped and respected top gods to this day. And how many deities can still say that? There's no... gray with these guys. They're all good. Hopefully, well, I mean, they are kind of like cosmic pranksters, but these entities were so powerful that they didn't need to speak, so they didn't bother to have mouths. Eyewitness reports are thin on the ground, but many ancient cave paintings still exist and show eerie creatures with large heads and huge black eyes, and suspiciously spacesuit-like garments. In fact, they look just like the gray aliens from modern UFO abduction scenarios. And they kind of do. Strangely enough, in 1838, a sea captain discovered an amazing treasure trove of Aboriginal artistry, filled with primitive and powerful Wandjina cave pictures. His name was Captain Gray. Coincidence? I think not! We can't tell you because the Kimberley Tribe are very close-mouthed, just like the Wandjina. Maybe they still have contact with these guys, but they just aren't telling the rest of the world. Then I wanted to see this one too, because it's good to get a different perspective on the myth. This is from mythos.com. Wandjina. The Wandjina refers to a significant figure in Australian Aboriginal mythology. Wandjina are ancestral spirits associated with creation of the land and its features. They are often depicted in rock art throughout the Kimberley region of Western Australia. The Wandjina are believed to be custodians of the rain and the wet season. which are crucial for the survival of land and its people. The stories and beliefs surrounding the Wandjina are rich and diverse, reflecting the deep connection between Aboriginal people and their environment. The origins of the Wandjina can be traced back to the Dreamtime, a fundamental aspect of Aboriginal culture that explains creation in the world. In this mythology, Wandjina are said to have emerged from the waters and shaped the landscape. They are associated with the elements of rain, water, and fertility. These spirits are often depicted with large eyes and elaborate headdresses representing their powerful and supernatural nature. The stories of their creation vary among different Aboriginal groups, but they all share a common theme of reverence and respect for these beings. The Wandjina are also linked to natural cycles in the environment. They bring rain, growth of plants, and animals. The connection to nature is a vital aspect of their lore, emphasizing importance and respecting caring for the land. Plenty of rock art, we've seen all of that. They're associated with the climate changes in Kimberley region of Australia, controlling the rain. Even during times of drought, those cosmic pranksters making people go without water, that's pretty evil. But they're still good? Yes, they are. There are rituals. Many ceremonies involve specific rituals such as painting of bodies or the creation of temporary art installations. These activities help foster a sense of unity among participants and reinforce cultural identity. Their stories are passed down by the elders. Music and dance is a very important way to honor the Wandjina. Traditional songs often feature lyrics that reference the Wandjina and their connection to the land. The dances performed during these ceremonies can be both celebratory and ceremonial, embodying the spirit of the Wandjina. Elders hold a vital role in the transmission of knowledge, a lot like Native Americans. It's tribal society. A lot of tribal societies work very similarly. The Wandjina, symbol for the struggle of land rights among Aboriginal communities. The Wandjina own the land at the end of the day, but hopefully the Kimberley people get to keep their land from corporations as well. And yeah, that will be the Wandjina myth. And yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment below. And there you have it. A journey through an enigmatic, hilarious, and awe-inspiring world of the Wandjina. I'm Joshatwa, and I'll catch you on the next cosmic adventure. Stay curious, my friends, and never stop questioning the magic that surrounds us. And thank you for watching.